Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. It's Victoria Jennings here from Entrepreneurs Business School, and today I wanted to share with you our signature program, a little bit about it. It's called Roadmap to Millions Bootcamp. I'm very proud of it. It's been a long time in the making over my career, really. It's everything that I've gathered along the way, and now I've put it in a succinct program, a 90-day program, where you can really excel your business. It's a roadmap, or a GPS if you like, to business, and what to do and when to do it, how to do it, and who with. So just sit back. I'm going to give you a little bit about my story, because a lot of you don't know my story, and then I'm going to go into the transformation that can be received from this wonderful program. I'm a little bit biased, of course, because it's my baby, and this is how I give back to other entrepreneurs, and I want to make the entrepreneurial journey as easy and smooth as possible, because I remember when I began that entrepreneurial journey some 25 years ago now, it wasn't like that for me, and you might be experiencing that as well. So I remember when I first started my trade and business college. This was the first business that I'd ever had. I still own it, I just don't work in it anymore. I remember I was so excited, but I was also feeling really overwhelmed, because I didn't have a clear understanding about how to run a business. Can anyone relate to that with me? Like, it was overwhelming. So I had a degree in adult education, and adult education was my thing. That was my expertise area, and I'd spent a lot of my career time developing that. But I'd worked for government. I worked for a government college as a trainer assessor. I'd done various projects, and I'd got to a pretty high level in government, but all based on adult education. I'd done national projects for Australia. I'd really achieved a great deal. And I remember my mother, when I first announced that I was going to start my own college, my mother freaked out and said, "Why would you do that? You're in a safe job, it's permanent, you don't have to worry about how much money's coming in, you know exactly what to expect." And I remember I just said to my mum, if I stay in the government, my soul is going to die. Because I realised I went into government to change the education system, to make it better. And I realised very quickly that from the inside, that was impossible to do. It was impossible to do. So every morning I felt like I was getting up and hitting my head against a brick wall, because no one would listen to you. It was all driven by the ministers, and they usually don't have an expertise in their portfolio. It's very rare that they have expertise in their portfolio. So yeah, it was frustrating. I was so frustrated with the whole thing. But I did it for years and years and years, and I decided that I would build up my skills. And that's what I would use this opportunity for, was to build my skills and to become, really, really good at what I did in adult education. I lectured at university. I did a whole lot of things along the way, because I love seeing adults get aha moments in whatever I'm teaching. Okay, that fills my heart. So anyway, I decided, I bit the bullet, and I thought the only way I can change the way things are done is to have my own college. And then I've got to follow guidelines. That goes without saying, but within those guidelines, I can do things my way, and I can do things a little bit differently. And I've always been a little bit different. Okay, so anyhow, so I did that, and I started on my own, started from scratch. I kept my part-time job, because they didn't really want me to leave. So they were happy that if I worked there 3 days a week to start with, and then worked on my college 2 days a week, they were okay with that, because the role I was in at that time was not in conflict with me having a college. Okay, and I was open about it. I mean, you've got to be that way. So anyway, so when I started, I thought, wow, okay, so I know everything about education. I know how to write programs. I know how to do session plans. I know how to put a course together. But I don't know anything about running a business. Now, I had been doing some consulting work, so I had been contacting other organisations and having conversations with their CEOs, etc., or doing a presentation to a boardroom. I could do all of that. That was fine. But this was different. This was having to find people who wanted to enrol in my qualifications. So anyway, I figured it out eventually, all right, because the college has been very successful. So, but I still remember there wasn't anything that I could enrol in or go to that would have all the steps that I needed to take my business on a journey from start up to scale up and eventually to exiting the business, right? There was nothing that brought it all together. There were specializations. So what I ended up doing, I ended up enrolling in a whole lot of programs. I worked with a whole lot of mentors, and I had to put the jigsaw puzzle together myself. So every time I got a nice nugget, and you know, I believe in professional development. I believe in lifelong learning. So I'm always looking for the next course, the next mentor, the next whatever. But when I started to get all of the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle, then I put it in an order that made sense to me. And something I really discovered as part of this journey, along the way, I came into contact with profiling tools. And I did a whole lot of different profiling tools, and they mainly focused on your behaviour as a person. So your personality profiles was the majority of them. But again, they were supposed to help you in business, but they didn't really help you in business easily. You still needed to have that guide, that mentor, to help you navigate them, especially things like MBTI. They're so complex to implement, right? So it still wasn't, they weren't the right profiles. There was still something missing. Anyway, I continued on the journey, but I did discover something very, very important, that because we're all built different ways, there's not one size fits all for every business or every business owner. For example, I decided I wanted to, I started making some money in the business, and I decided I wanted to learn about the stock market. And I thought, oh, this would be really cool. That'd be really great to have to invest in stocks, you know, but I better learn about it first. Well, that was really interesting because it is not my natural talent and strength. In fact, it's opposite to my natural talent and strength. But I didn't know that at the time. So I wasted a whole lot of money on professional development in the stock market and understanding the stock market when, because of who I am and how I'm made up as a person and as an entrepreneur, I was never going to understand or get how to trade on the stock market. It would always be unnatural to me. It would never be natural to me. And what I've learnt as well over the years is that we need to do things that we are naturally talented at. And wherever our natural talents lie is always, always, always aligned and connected to our passion. And I wanted to be working in my passion all the time. That's what I really wanted for me. I'd been in jobs previous to teaching. I'd been in administrative jobs and I hated it. I dreaded Monday and I couldn't wait till Friday. And if any of you have had that experience or are having that experience in your business, it's a horrible way to be. And I was sick of procrastinating over certain things. I noticed I procrastinated over, financial things and mathematic things, and I struggled with timing. I was, always running late, things like that. And I didn't understand why until I started to figure it all out. And so, hence, I found a tool that was pretty close to what I wanted in the business. It was excellent. It taught me a lot, but it had a lot of woo-woo stuff in it. It talked about a lot of things that my clients, because in my trade college, I work with a lot of construction companies and they don't want any woo-woo, right? As soon as you mention woo-woo, they're not interested. It actually turns them off. So I needed something that didn't have any of that esoteric stuff in it, which I love personally. I think that's great, but I know a lot of people don't. And it became a barrier to what I was doing. And as you know, you can't have barriers into things that you want to do with people. So anyway, so I finally created my own tool, and I stopped wasting time on things that weren't in my wheelhouse. That's basically what I did. And when I started to do that, and that was some years ago now, everything started to click into place. Everything started to work, and it became a lot easier to run my business. It became easy to know what to do, who to do it with, when to do it, and how to do it. Okay, and it was like, that was a mystery when I first started my business, a complete mystery to me. So that's what I did. And then I've since created my trade and business college, has turned over $30 million in the last 20 years. If I'd known this earlier, it would have turned over a lot more than that, I can assure you. We've got 15,000 graduates and growing, and I don't have to be in the business every day anymore. I still own it, I still get the profits from it, but I don't have to worry about the day-to-day. And that freed up my time, and I went down to the beach for a couple of years, which was great. And then I got bored, and so then I decided to start another business, which is Entrepreneurs Business School, so that I could share this with other business owners and entrepreneurs. And that's what I'm doing now for fun. Okay, I'm doing it for fun. It's also a way to give back, because when I leave this planet, all the knowledge that I've accumulated over the years goes with me. And I just think that would be such a shame, because I have a lot of knowledge to share. So that's what I'm doing in my retirement years, is sharing my knowledge with other entrepreneurs, so that you don't have to waste those years and years and years, which then ends up costing you a lot of dollars, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of wastage, a lot of procrastination, and a lot of stress and anxiety as well. So this is why I'm doing this. This is why I've developed this program. It's a 90-day program. I'm not going to go into the details of what's in the program. I'll just go into some of the details of what the transformations are once you've completed the program. It's called a boot camp for a reason though, so you need to be aware of that. You will have to do things and put things in place in your business. And what everyone finds when they start working with me is, because I used to run this as a retreat years and years ago, you'll have lots of gaps in your business, and we fill in the gaps. So there will be some work to do, but you won't be throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Everything you've already got in place, you'll still be using. We're not changing anything. We're not changing your systems, nothing like that. We are embracing everything that you've already got, but we're making sure you filled in all the gaps so that you'll actually won't miss out on maximizing your revenue and maximizing your profits. That's what this program is really, bottom line, is all about, but in an easy way and with an easy guide to follow, okay? With me mentoring as well. So, I really wanted to have something in my business early on that was like, step 1, do this, step 2, do that, step 3, do that. And it just doesn't happen with one program. It does now, but it didn't, right? So this program, if you choose to come on board, and we'd have a discussion about it first. You just don't enroll in this. I have a discussion, make sure you're right fit, make sure your business is the right fit, make sure I can help, because the last thing I want to do is waste your money and your time. All right? That's not good as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. I don't want to put you through that pain. All right? So this program's for you if you don't know how to start a business. If you do this from the very beginning, you are going to be on the roadmap immediately. Immediately. It will be the best investment you've ever made. If you're feeling overwhelmed with the strategies that you're currently using and you're not sure which strategy you should be following, it doesn't feel right, it feels like you're wading through wet cement. If that's how your business feels, you're out of alignment, you need to have a chat with me. If you don't know how to scale your business, so your business is making money, that's great, but you're ready to maybe put on a new person, recruit someone to help you, but you don't know how you're going to do that without losing money, like expenses, etc. You don't know what to do next, or you're feeling stuck. If you're stuck in your business, or your business is stuck on a certain level, and no matter what you do, you just can't get to the next level, then you've got gaps, and we need to identify those gaps, okay? If you don't have a designed network, so what I mean by that is you just don't network with people willy-nilly. You make sure you have the right people in your network. You attract the right people to have in your network. You get rid of people that you shouldn't have in your network that perhaps take you down, or say, like my mum, like my dear sweet mum who's passed on now, but she didn't want me to leave the government, and she kept throwing all obstacles. Until the very end, she never said she was proud of me for doing what I did, because she still wanted me to be safe. But I know why now, because I know what my mum's profile was, and that would be typical of that profile to say the things that she said, right? So when you understand the profiles and you understand how people show up for work and show up in their being, then you can allow them to be who they are. This is about allowing everyone to be in their natural talents and strengths, right? So it's handy for relationships as well that you may be experiencing at home with your family and friends, as well as business, okay? So you're going to have a designed network. You're going to do it by design, and I'll teach you how to do that. You don't have your finances sorted. So no matter what you do, you're still just making enough money to pay the bills, for example. Well, there's a certain way that you can get to the next level as the profile that you are. And there's things that you can put in place to make sure you get to the next level. And when you know what you've got to do, it makes it very, very simple. But when you don't know what you're supposed to do, because you can't see what you're supposed to do, you're going to stay there for a long time, long, long, long time. We want to get you through that as quickly as possible to the next level, okay? You don't know who to recruit next on your team, okay? So you've got no idea who you need because of who you are. You don't want to be recruiting someone who's the same as you. That will be a disaster, okay? You want to be recruiting someone who's opposite to you, actually, because that's what you'll need in your business, guaranteed. Guaranteed, because you don't have that perspective of your business. You're great at what you do. Like my thing was adult education. You're great at what you do, but no one knows about it. No one knows about you. That also identifies as a gap in your business, and we can fill that in, right? You're tired of juggling everything and being the only one who does everything properly. If that's you, then you're not empowering your team and you're not delegating in the correct way. You may be delegating to people whose natural talent and strength is not the task that you're delegating to them. So again, I want to talk to you about that, okay? So imagine if your business has the right strategies in place, has the best fit team, the best fit clients, and the best network designed to help your business go forward. Imagine that you can implement projects that consistently move the needle to more profitability. That your business leverages your products and services effortlessly. Your business has the best systems and processes in place to support with tangible KPIs and understanding your profit margins and all of those things, so that you know you're not bleeding money anywhere. A lot of people, a lot of business owners I know, bleeding money everywhere because they don't understand the 4 different perspectives of business that we go through. You have an easy roadmap to follow of exactly what to do next. There's no guesswork anymore. It's clearly laid out for you. You implement the best strategies with the best people at the right time. How wonderful would that be? Okay. And it can be done. I'm a living testament of it. And so are a lot of other people that have worked with me over the years. And I'm not going to bore you with all that now. I will go through that later. I've worked with people in the US as well, not just in Australia. So your business, you know exactly who to recruit, how to recruit the best people and the best suppliers and contractors for your business, because you don't want to have contractors and suppliers that are not working in their natural talent and strength areas, because they're going to be problems for you. Man, have I experienced that over the years. Okay, before I knew this. You're going to establish project-based teams where everyone works in their genius zone, which makes your business a genius, which is wonderful. So gone are the days of doing everything and everyone doing everything, and that just creates mediocrity. We don't want to do that. We want to create excellence. Okay. Focus on the talents to increase productivity levels. So when everyone is doing what they love and loving what they do, productivity goes through the roof. Something else that happens is we eliminate waste and rework when people are working with the natural talents and strengths. And when they're working on project teams, everyone's working on every project, but they're doing different tasks on that project. And I'll teach you how to set that up, right? You'll also find morale will go through the roof, which will also miraculously cause a decrease in absenteeism. So if you already have a team and you're experiencing these sorts of issues with people having doona days because they're out of alignment with who they are when they're in the job. Normally there's only two things going on in a business. If it's successful, everything's in alignment. If it's got some struggles and some challenges and putting out bushfires, things are not in alignment. It's pretty simple, okay? And when you have the business where everyone's doing what they love and loving what they do, morale is wonderful. The place feels light. The energy is light in the office. You can feel it when you walk in. And everyone's enjoying themselves. So there's no reason to have a doona day. Okay, if they're away ill, you know they're really away ill. So I would love everyone to experience what I experienced when I put all this together and the change that it made in my business. When I first implemented project teams in my business in 2012, we doubled our revenue in 6 months just by shifting the tasks around. Doubled our revenue. So this is the sort of thing that I've got to share with you. This is the sort of thing that is a total game changer. And once you learn it, you've got it forever. You don't need me forever and ever and ever as a mentor. That doesn't happen. Once you understand this, you're off and running on your own. And you can implement it in your business with your teams. And you don't need me to be holding your hand forever, which a lot of other programs are like. The people have to be with the mentors forever and ever and ever. All right. So if you're interested, if this sounds like something that would be wonderful for you and your business, and you would really like to find out more, I would love you to get on and book a call with me. We'll leave it wherever on this page. It'll be clearly stated. In the Facebook group, it's going to be in the comments below. There'll be a link where you can book a half-hour call with me, and I want to learn all about your business. And just from hearing about where you're at and what some of the issues are that you're having, I can give you some guidance in that call, but I can also walk you through exactly what's in the Roadmap to Million Bootcamp so that you can come and join me on the journey and fast track where you are at now so that you can get on the expressway, because the GPS is going to take you on the expressway to business, so that you're not stuck in a roundabout somewhere, using that analogy, all right? So thanks everyone for listening to me today. I hope I've given you some insight into actually what Entrepreneurs Business School is all about and what our signature program, Roadmap to Millions Bootcamp, is all about. I look forward to talking with you, chatting with you in the near future, and to give you some tips about your business as well. All right, everyone. Thanks very much. Have a great day or evening, depending on which part of the world you're in.